Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, guys, depending on where you are viewing from. This is I will be doing a technical analysis on Matic Polygon. So I'll be doing a technical analysis on Matic, and you guys know how I trade normally. I do a top-down analysis. We have a system called top-down analysis, whereby we go from the higher time frame and drop down to the lower time frame for entries. We make a top-down analysis, and as you can see, Matic is between this range, the range low and then the range high. That's where we put our major levels. It deviated from this range high. It deviated from this range high. I'm using this blue arrow. It deviated from this range high, went back in, and that's where we decided to short. We shorted it from this range high, and now we have broken this mid range. This is a mid range. This zone is a mid range, and then we are heading towards the range low. Of course, we will not just go straight to the range low without respecting certain levels. So I'll be dropping down to a daily time frame so we see better. We see how we went down. So this is the daily time frame. See how we came down. See how we came down. We deviated from this uptrend, this level, came down, retested this level, and then started going down. Broke this support level, retested. Matic has definitely been very sweet and smooth for the past few months now. We broke this level. Let's use this. We broke this level, retested. There is a system I used to enter the market which I will still expose to you in my other trades. We broke this level, broke down the counter trend line, got to this zone. I shorted it all the way from here to this zone. Now we retested this zone. Let's go down to the 4 hourly time frame. I told you guys there is a top-down analysis approach to enter the market. We retested. I used my counter trend line again. It broke out of this counter trend line, and that is where I entered short for a continuation. I've been in this trade since I think 2 days now, or yesterday. I've been in this trade since 2 days now. I've been in this trade, so I'm hoping to take my first level target at what's this? I'm hoping to take my first level target at this zone. What's this zone here? And then if we break it, I might have another entry here. That is if we break it and make a retest. If we break it and retest, I'll use my entry approach to have another entry here that will take me down all the way to this green bar. We have something like this. If we break below here, we have to break below here first. You understand? We have to break below. If we come breaks down here, I will take my first level target, bring my stop loss to break even. Then if we break below here and retest, I'll use my entry strategy again to run it down to this last level before I now close out my trade. Of course, this line here, I will respect it because it's a Fibonacci level. I'll still tell you guys how I got to know that there will be a reaction at this zone. So if it breaks and retests, I will take another shot to this last level where I will now close out my trade. That is my analysis for Matic generally. Matic has been in a consistent downtrend since that should be since it has been in a consistent downtrend since around 13th March. Around 13th March. So that is my projection for the market generally. It can break and continue going down, but if it breaks down here, then we look for other entries. But depending on the action of BTC, I don't really think it will do. Even if it does, it might come back up here and then we start a long position to the upside. But if it does and holds down there, then we have a lower levels to attack. So that is my humble analysis on Matic. Please, and before I continue um to another pair, I would like you guys to take 1 minute or just 1 second, click on the subscribe button. 1 second, click on the subscribe button for 1 second. It will go a long way showing my videos to other people and to more people. So this is my projection for Matic. For I don't like trading Ethereum, sometimes it can be very erratic. So for near protocol, I did an analysis on near protocol yesterday night. This is daily time frame of near protocol. So we are in this range. This is range high, and then this is the range low. We have been in this range for some time. So this was December, around December 31st or so. We had a Let's go to the weekly time frame. In December, we had a big move to the upside. We had a big move to the upside. And then I knew that there will be a hitch here because here is a support level for this. Here has been a support level for this. And then the rule of price action says that when a support level is broken, we have to retest the support as new resistance. And then if it holds, we are going to go down to retest the support or to continue downward. That was exactly what happened on NIE. NIE has not been confusing for some time now, since if you had entered a short position here, you would have seen so many opportunities to continue shorting till we got back down here. You understand? So that's what has been happening on here. Going up to the daily time frame, I started shorting near because of the erratic activity that happened there. I only shorted near from here to this zone. I didn't touch it again. I was waiting for it to break this level here. I was waiting for it to break this level, and it did. It broke this level, retested. I used my entry strategy to make an entry. I shorted it all the way back down to this level. From this zone, took my first level target at 25% of my position at this level, at this retracement level. And then when it took my 25%, it moved up here and stopped me out because I moved my stop loss to break even. It went up here, stopped me out. I closed. I drew a line here and waited for it to break below this line. And then coming to the 4 hourly time frame, it did break below this line. It broke below that minor support level, and that was where I shorted from to make a continuation. I wanted to short from here too, to place another trade here too, but I didn't do that because I wanted to protect my capital. And most times these minor levels, they don't normally respect it. It can just retest and then blow all the way here before continuing. So that's why I just left it. I had only one trade from this zone to this zone before I closed it out. So, and then when it came down here, it broke below. I was already expecting that this place might be a fake out or a deviation. I waited. It broke above here. I used my entry strategy again. When it broke above my counter trend line, I made an entry around here. I have deleted the position, made an entry around here. Then it went up, pulled back. I made another entry here when it pulled back, and then came back up here. I was expecting near to go all the way to this zone. I was expecting it to go all the way to the zone, but it came up here, then broke down. This means a market manipulation. This means a market manipulation. This is a fake out. This is a deviation. It made this deviation and then came back into this level. came back into this level. When it came down to this level, I expected something like a pullback. I expected a pullback, something like this to short, but it didn't happen. It didn't come all the way to this zone. So I left it and then drew my, let me delete all this. I left it and then used this counter trend line that is here, drew my counter trend line here and said, okay, if it breaks below this zone, that if it breaks below this zone, then I'll make another shot. It did just that. If you come down to the 1 hour time frame, it broke below here, it made a breakdown below here, and then retested, break, retest, and continuation. I had my first level target at this level. If you watch my previous video, you will see it. I had my first level target around here, and then it went straight to that zone, took my first level target where I had 75% of my position. Now my next action on near is, if it pulls back to this level, if you didn't get into this level, don't worry, leave it till it pulls back to this. If it pulls back to this level again and rejects this minor level again, you are free to short it back down again. I may or may not short it because I'm in FTM short already. So if it pulls back to this level, you can go down with it again for the second time. My other 25% is still open on near, but if it comes down to this level, it will take me out on break even because I've moved my stop loss to break even. So that is my projection for near. So we wait and see what comes out of it after today. Thank you very much.